Therefore, do not fall back into the yoke of slavery. In Galatians chapter 5, it says that it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. And he goes on to say, therefore, do not fall back into the yoke of slavery. And Paul goes on to write that don't use your freedom simply to go back to those old habits and old patterns, the passions and desires of the flesh. And too easily for me, I find myself falling back into those old patterns, and not the big sins that most people think about, the porn, the sexual immorality, and all the other, the big ones, but it's the little ones, the fits of anger, the envy, the division, the dissension, these little things that I find myself struggling with, falling back into those old habits and those old patterns. Why though? Simply put, I'm trying to fulfill the passions and the desires of the flesh instead of living by the Spirit. So my encouragement for you today is to just think about, are you trying to fulfill the passions and desires of the flesh, or are you walking by the Spirit? And Paul says in chapter 5 that they will be against each other. You cannot walk by both. So I would encourage you to reread chapter 5 in Galatians and see what some of those fleshly passions and desires are. And maybe there's some that you've been struggling with that you need to repent, just like me. And just remember, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. So let's not use that as a way or a reason or an opportunity to fall back into those old patterns, but to truly walk by the Spirit. God bless.